In this video, we're going to go over the new Planting Roots Volume 2 Spring 2021 guide that you can customize inside a command. So how I got here is I went to Designs, and from there we click on the plus sign and we're going to go to Print. This is where you're going to find the new kind of consumer magazine that you can customize, add your photos, add listings, all kinds of great information. I'm going to show you how. So under lead generation, you're going to see a new option for personally branded Zine. That's what they're calling it. There's also marketing pieces around this. So as you see, here is the newest one, and here was Q1's magazine. So I'm glad that this is here, and it's a great time for spring and to lead generate using this. So when I click the use button, this is going to take me in to kind of see what pages do I need to add. Now, you have an option now. Your design is available to print and have it professionally printed as well. So that's now a new option that you can actually have it sent out and have it professionally printed and mailed to you right from inside the system. So first thing you want to do is click your first page so that it takes page 1 and puts it in here. Now this page, you're really just changing your logo and your name in the corner. So you'll see that I do that here when I show you my version. Next page, I'm going to click the plus sign to add any additional pages. So right now it says page 1 of 1. When I click the plus sign, now I've added page 2. Page 2 is kind of like a note from you. You're going to just customize some information here, your photo, name, and information, and down below you're going to make sure your signature has your information in it. The next page is going to be a quarter in review. This is a great time to figure out your neighborhood you want to market to and pull that snapshot of what sold, average sales price, and days on market. You've also got the option to do that for your company or your team if you want to show how are you comparing to that. So that's that next page. After that, we've got another page here on all smiles at the offer table. So this is a great article pre-written for you. I think it looks great, and you don't have to do any customization on that page. When I click the plus sign, now it's adding the next page of that article, and this one is still all filled in, and all you're going to do is change your picture, put your information, and notify any seller wins and buyer wins year to date. And then that way it's customized to your experience. Click the plus sign to the next page, and this is going to be a resume in essence. So this is your ability to come in, add your value, showcase yours. Don't worry, I'll show you how I did that for mine. The next page is going to be success stories. So my advice is go ahead and add all of these and then go and customize or remove pages as you need. So we're up to 7 pages now. The next article is going to be about the top home decor trends to try. So I love this. It looks great, and it is custom to you. So I'm going to click the next page of that, which will be for number 2 and 3 trends. Then it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 trends. Nothing has to be customized in any of that part. Next, it's got a featured listing where you can highlight one of your listings or a listing in an area if you have permission from an agent. After that, we've got some articles around increasing your home value with these 10 tweaks. So here's some ways to upgrade and add value to your home. Adding the next page, so we're up to page 14 now. 13. Next page could be just some new listings that you just want to talk about, right? Hottest spring listings that might be in the area, and you can customize this. And we have the power of KWLS to quickly pull up listings in your market center or your own listing. There's an Ask an Agent question page that you can add here. And then the last page is one of 2 choices around a search. If you want them to download from the App Store, or if you want to put your link. I chose the one with the App Store and put my link in here, so I'm going to choose this one and show you how I did that. So your total guide should be 16 pages if you add every page and customize it. Now some of those pages, maybe you don't have testimonials yet. You can get character references or just take that page out. Maybe you're a newer agent and don't have experience. Well, you can tie into some stuff, like play with the numbers and what things do you want to highlight, right? I've been in the business of helping people for 10 years. Doesn't mean it has to be real estate. There's ways to kind of adjust that page to still showcase stuff. So those are the pages. Let me show you what I did with it. So here is my version of the same guide. So this is my page 1, and if I click on the pages here, this is where I see all of the pages, and I can click this little icon if I need to delete something or take the page out or rearrange the order of it. Now what I like about this is the total customization. So I don't know about you, I'm not a fan of the color orange for whatever reason, so I changed it to green since we're talking about planting roots and plants. Just my own personal preferences. I put my office logo and my team logo here, and I changed my name on that page. That was it. It was all ready to go. So I click the next page, a note from yours truly, Jay Cermak. I kind of got rid of the extra information below because they're going to get more of my contact information down there. Dear current and future clients, this has already been nicely written, right? And then now below, keep booming, and I've got my information here, and I'm just going to change this. So whenever you're changing the text, my advice is don't double-click the box. Come to the typewriter. It saves you a lot of time. So I just noticed I need to fix this to say we are just a phone call away. And then change this text to say our most popular local listings. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this paragraph. So you just want to make sure you read every page to make sure it's the way you want it to be written. I'm happy with everything there, and I'm just customizing that and put my information down below. Save changes, and that page is also done. Awesome. Now I click the next page. On this one, this was a quarter review, so here's what I did. I pulled up my county stats for single-family home only, and I went ahead and went to the MLS, and I just typed in number of homes sold, and I went from January 1st until March 31st. Out of that data, I got an average sale price of around $500,000, and the average days in market about 45 days. I did the same thing, but this time I did it by Keller Williams listings in the area only. And Keller Williams sold 35% or 352 of the homes in the area. 553 was our average sale price in 37 days. So I like the fact that it showcases what happened in the market and that we got more money and sold faster. So that was just a good highlight here. Go get that data from the MLS to put that in. I click on my next button, and my next page is going to be the offer table. Again, I didn't have to change any of this, but you might want to check these paragraphs. So you can click here, come to the little text box in the typewriter, and just make sure there's nothing in here that you would need to change. So it all looks good to me. It looks professional. I'm clicking the next button. This is all in here, so I went ahead and put in the information. I've got 5 seller wins to date and 6 buyer wins to date. So if you want to win, contact me. So I went ahead and customized this. I'm going to look at this last paragraph. Again, come to the typewriter, make sure there's nothing in here that I need to customize. Doesn't look like I do. So that would be this page. Now, I've got my images saved, so I just clicked and dragged my picture to that box to change it out. So this was a picture of another person, and then I clicked on here, went to the typewriter, and made those changes. And I like that the colors all match, so I'm not changing anything else about that. That was page 5. I go on to page 6. Now this one's going to take you some time. So I went ahead and put my experience, 11 years in the business, a little over 200 clients served, 61 repeat clients, and 20 clients served so far this year, right? Kind of putting in that data if I want it to match and what are we doing with it. I've got my information, put my name and my team name here, put in my bachelor's of business, and then what members I was of, logos. There's a tiny little office address here, so make sure you click the little typewriter icon to make sure your address is there. And the rest of this is all nicely written for me, and it was ready to go. So that's something that you're going to want to come in, click on each of these, and make those changes. Again, if you haven't done a bunch of sales yet and stuff, then you can leverage with total clients served in my market center or other numbers in the area that you can highlight. So you're going to spend a little bit of time on that page. That one probably took me longer than most of them. Some success stories, you can either go ahead and get testimonials. I kept the images but used real testimonials from clients just so it humanized it. These were the pictures that were there, and then I was able to customize the name, how long have they been a client of mine, and then put the little paragraph below of what their testimonial was. And if you have a client of the picture, or a picture of the client, go ahead and add it, and then add the image and actually put that in here. That would be a good idea if you have those or people that closed. For this case, I'm just leaving it with the images that were there. Click my next button. This is, again, an article, all pre-written, and I'm done with that page. So now we're on to page 9. Nothing really to edit here. I go to page 10. Same thing. And then now we get to page 11, my first featured listing. So I went ahead and looked at my MLS of what are listings that my market center has, since I didn't have any of my listings aren't active anymore. And I was able to put in the MLS number. So you can come here, and while you're searching by MLS number, by the address, for this one it was a duplex near me, so I wanted to feature that. And because it was KWLS, I was able to pull in the data, pull in the information quickly, and even the paragraph from the MLS, put in my contact info, and this listing was ready to go and be featured. So I will show you a little bit more of how I did that in the next window. So if I were to actually click the next page, now we're going to get into some increase your home value. This article is all done. Perfect. Then I'm going to come in here. That article is all done as well. And then the hottest spring listing. So this is where I actually brought in some information from the MLS. So you can go ahead and pull up your MLS. You can find listings in your area or your own listings. These would be great to feature. So I did this for Lighthouse Point in this bottom corner. So there are 6 boxes here just to showcase listings that you might have or your market center might have. So if I select this from KWLS, here's the photo. So I literally clicked and dragged that photo into this box. If you need to recenter because these are not squares, you just double click and I can then recenter the image of what am I trying to highlight, right? So I love that it's there, but I think the big picture is the house. Click done and it is recentered my image. That is the one image that I need. So then I go to listing details and here's some of the information. So I can see the address, which is also up above. For this, we're just putting in the address. So I clicked on address, went to the type, and just typed it in really quick, right? 3121 Northeast 28th Avenue. Great. Then I went to the second box, clicked the typewriter, and I can see here the price is $1,498,000. And I was able to pull in the square footage from here as well on the left-hand side and just see that data, or I had my MLS pulled up side by side and I would type those things in. So it's a 4, 2.5. And then that's all you're doing for those. So I just did that for 6 listings. It took a little bit of time, put my information, but the whole focus is you're just highlighting real estate and listings. And we know in this market, they may not even be in the market by the time this prints. The goal, though, is do I have enough data in this guide to just showcase real estate, information that they care about, and really create a nice magazine? That's page 14. I'm going to go to page 15, Ask an Agent. So I switched it out to my picture, and I changed the question. So their question was something about what home improvements can I make? And I know right now we get a lot of sellers. I want to sell, but I'm afraid I won't find my new home in time. So I went ahead and answered that. Hey, we hear this all the time. In this market, sellers have more control than ever when selling their home. One thing we can do is either have the buyer close in 3 to 6 months, or you can do a post-close occupancy and then stay in the home 30 to 90 days after the home closes. Plus, once you tell me where you want to go, I'll go and find you a home that's not on the market. So that's just a strategy to kind of put in and what questions do you get asked, and then can you highlight something. So I think it's great that you can kind of have a ask an agent and an advice column in essence. And then the last page was the app. One thing I did differently to this page is obviously I added my logos down below. So you can get those by going to logos, and if you have yours, like I have my assets, I was able to add those logos. I added a text box here to put the link, so I have a web address that goes to the app. And the other thing I did is I added an image. I took a screenshot from my phone of my name, because if that wasn't there, if I moved this box, it was defaulted to your agent, Nina Royals. So I actually went ahead and took a picture from my app, cropped it, put it in here, and now this looks like it's branded to me on that page. So there you go. I've got 16 of these pages here. I'm ready to go. I can name it the way I want to. I've actually spent time and customized this already. It did take me, I'd probably say 30 minutes to really make this look good, but it's worth it because it's only once a quarter. So spend the time, fill in all the pages, find testimonials from others, even if it's your coworkers that just want to give a good kudos about how a pleasure it is to work with you, whatever that looks like for you. And then when we're done, we have the option to hit print. Now they've got the ability to actually print and download the ready to print yourself, explore prints, and then we can also even have it sent to a professional printer. You can also hit the share button and publish this online where someone can actually get the link. So if I copy the link here, this should actually open up to a new page, and this becomes like a digital magazine where people can go and swipe through every page of that. So I love that that's there as well. And then you've got the actual download button. So if I were going to print it in my market center or professionally, I would come down to high resolution, print quality and click the download button. All saved, and now this is going to take a moment. It's saying it's preparing, and that is going to download my guide. So a lot of great information in here. Customize this. Spend some time on this. I mean, it is worth spending 30 minutes to an hour to really make this look robust, because if this is only something I do 4 times a year, how great is this to send it out to people? How is it to lead generate and say, hey, download my spring guide of real estate information and tips and tricks, plus local sales, showcase you and negotiation tips and tricks. And then at the end of the day, this is your magazine to customize the way that you want. Once a quarter, you can share it online, and you can even download a copy of it professionally. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, follow me on KB Connect and YouTube today.